Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It is Tuesday night. My name, of course, is Seth Bidoff. And as of right now, I have nobody here. Mama Christina, how are you? Glad to see you already over in the chat. Looks like you beat all of our regulars in tonight. So, hey, always fun to see. Folks should be popping in here throughout the evening. Josh, there you are. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Christina should be joining us here momentarily. Jacob is out this evening. No, Jacob. Jacob had some job related things come up. And so Jacob will not be here, unfortunately. But Christina will be along. We'll break everything down. But first off, thank you guys so much for being here as you are each and every week. We do appreciate all of you. Did anyone make it out the Balloon Fiesta opening weekend this week? I did not. Perfectly okay with that. I've seen the balloons. Apparently, there's some new ones though. Um, but I do want to say, guys, please, if you're going to and from Balloon Fiesta, please be careful because people, all these tourists, don't know what they're doing on our roads, and traffic up and down Alameda and Tramway and Paseo has been absolutely awful. Um, So coming out of work today. I was late picking up my kid from school. Well, later than usual, and it's just the construction through the S is absolutely awful. And then there were multiple wrecks on San Mateo, which was not fun. So, guys, please be careful. If you are out there, hopefully you got to see something from the balloons. I know they did not go. I know they did not fly yesterday. Pretty sure they didn't fly yesterday morning. And I think they don't. I don't think they flew on day one either. So, um, I know people have been posting about it, saying they're not happy and the balloons aren't flying, and posting these videos and TikToks trying to like downplay Balloon Fiesta. But as always, those of us who have been here long enough know that Balloon Fiesta is weather dependent. So just because it feels nice at ground level does not mean the balloons are going to fly. So, um, but yeah, well, come on in, guys. Glad you're here. Andrew's here. Justin's here. Guys, thanks for joining me this evening. I didn't see, I don't know if you guys saw this yet or not. Shadow Wolf reached out to us this morning over on X because he came across something interesting during the Portland Hearts of Pine and Ford Madison match from this weekend. I don't know if any of you guys saw this or not, but apparently Alex Tabakis has a new team. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. And I told him that I think we might just file this one under USL typos. So shout out to Shadow Wolf for bringing this to our attention. There was a bit of a typo in the lineups for Forward Madison this weekend. So apparently Alex Tabakis was on the bench for Forward Madison. So I did not see him. He apparently got 0 minutes. Maybe he got to warm up. I don't know. But there that is. Bolte, Oakland, or Hartford tonight. I mean, there's going to be a goal, maybe. There might be a goal in that one. Christina, are you ready? Perfect. All right. Christina is here, so I'm going to bring her in. There she is. Christina, how are you? How was your Balloon Fiesta opening weekend?
I'm hanging in there. I'm tired. I'm like a chicken with my head cut off, but I'm here. So that's a win. Um, my friends all had a blast. We did go on Saturday and they were amazed by all of the balloons, even though they didn't go in the air. I was disappointed on their behalf. So we ended up waking up super early again on
Mhm.
Sunday. But it was a beautiful, beautiful morning, and they were even more in awe of just just they couldn't believe what they were seeing. They couldn't believe their eyes. And I've gotten so many texts from them since then saying they keep looking at the pictures and the pictures just don't even look real, but they know it's real. They love our New Mexico cuisine. They loved learning about Zozobra and seeing the Zozobra balloon. They loved learning about the Zia symbol. Um, they've already known all about New Mexico United, so that wasn't new for them, but just super fun, getting to show some of my best friends, New Mexico culture and loving how much they loved it. So that's all, that plus 3 points, great
Yeah.
weekend.
That it was. Yeah, I mentioned at the top of the show that I know they did not fly on day one. So the fact that I don't think there wasn't a mass ascension, which I know is disappointing. But that's the thing. I'm glad that y'all got up again the second morning because that's just what you do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
A couple of years ago, my family was out here when the boys were a little bit younger, and we tried going on 3 separate occasions, and the balloons did not fly once.
Oof.
Yeah, we went to like 3 different morning events. Nothing flew. We finally went to like one of the balloon glows and like the special shapes glodio and that type of stuff. But yeah, it's always hit or miss. And like I said, anyone who's been here long enough knows that you have to plan on going multiple days.
Yeah, yeah. They were good sports though, and they were not at all. I think if they had left and only experienced Saturday, they still would have been happy, but I
Mhm.
was not.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw some of the TikToks that were going around. People trying to like the so like downer music and being like really disappointed with it, and all the comments like, yeah, you're clearly not from here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you have to go. And I do want to bring something up, and I want to ask you because you are a native, of here, and I've been in the past where it is absolutely frigid for Balloon Fiesta. This year, not so much. Um, do you think there's a need for Balloon Fiesta organizers to move it back potentially to get that so that everyone gets that experience of the frigid morning air for Balloon Fiesta?
Yep, I had that very same conversation with my friends. One friend is from here, so she and I were preparing them for the early morning wake up and telling them, "You have to layer, it's super cold."
Hmm.
So they packed all of this winter gear, and then it's, like, warm. It was, like, 60 degrees at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Very strange, and it makes you wonder if that really is impacting the balloon's ability to go up in
Hmm.
addition to the wind or rain or whatever. Um, I don't know. I feel like people have been saying for years, though, that it needs to be pushed back later into October.
Yeah. Yeah. A friend of mine has crew balloons. She does the RC stuff. She's been a Balloon Fiesta official for a number of years as well. And I've talked to her several times in the past about the balloons and whether the warm air really has that big of an effect. And she said it really does, in her experience and knowing the different pilots and things like that. And it is disappointing to not see them fly. I know there have been a few accidents as well
Mhm.
already this year. I saw a video of one just like I saw one hitting like someone's wall in their yard. There's another one where they came down, they hit a van or a truck or something, and you have to prepare for balloons to interrupt your mornings. So
Yeah.
and I am genuinely curious, like how much the warm air plays into that. Maybe they can't get as high, or it's harder for the balloons to inflate. I don't know all the science behind it, but yeah, I have to agree. I think it's something the organizers have to look at. Push it back, maybe a week or two, because even this weekend it's not going to be cold. So,
It's gonna be rainy all week, though, the rest of this
mhm.
week. So, I don't know. It's not looking very promising.
Yeah, it was raining as I left work this evening, and it's already raining over here right now, or at least it was about 20 minutes ago. So I don't know. Maybe it'll cool it off enough for it to really get that air temperature down for the weekend. But I'm not even at this point. I know it's tradition. It's always been the first and second full weekends of the month of October, and I don't know. It may need to be pushed back. Maybe even 2 weeks, maybe to start in November. I don't know, but you know, I know that people are going to be concerned about holiday travel and then traveling at the start of November and all that. But it's part of the experience. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you go get your burrito and coffee. You sit in
Yep.
traffic for 2 hours, getting up and down Alameda and Tramway.
Yep.
Like it's tradition. I think you have to. So. Um, But yeah, it's fun to see the balloons in the morning. The kids enjoy looking at them, and I saw some of the special shapes ones flying this morning,
Yeah,
which was good to
finally.
see. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, and the special shapes are always fun. I've got pictures of my boys with Yoda and Darth Vader behind it. So, yeah, Josh Park could ride as well. Certainly done that in the past. And then
Except during the
another.
week because they
Mhm.
need the buses for the schools.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think it's worth it. I mean, maybe they just need to shut down the schools for the week. I don't know, but I mean,
Kids would love that.
I'm sure they would. I mean, some schools are already out for like 2 days this week, and
Hmm.
then so my younger son, he's out of school on Thursday of this week, and then he's out of school 3 days next week. So like he goes on Tuesday, Wednesday next week, but he's off Monday, Thursday, Friday. So it's yeah, I don't know. But yeah, park and ride is definitely part of it as well. And
Hmm.
then, getting in and out of Balloon Fiesta is always fun. So,
Yeah.
and I can't imagine having construction going on. I think the parking lot's better, but with potential site construction going on, who knows? I haven't been out. I have no plans to go out this year. So I'm happy watching them on my drive into work. So all right, folks, we're now 12 minutes in the show. We haven't talked about New Mexico United. Guys, we had a match over the weekend out in Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Diving put on quite the display. Um, before Talon Maples and New Mexico United walked away with a 1-0 win and clinched their spot in the playoffs for 2025. At least it's not the last week of the season. I will say that. We're close, but it's not there. United with the win secured their playoff spot. They do currently sit third still behind Tulsa and Sacramento. And we were talking about, and I went to go pull up the highlights a minute ago. And if you click on the match page on USL, it says the video is not available. So, but if you click on through over to YouTube, it is there. Despite seeing a message that initially said it's not available in your country. So I
So they've
don't
got
know what's going
Alex
on.
playing for the wrong team. They don't
Mhm.
have highlights.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over at USL Championship right now. Maybe they're rooting for Sacramento to beat Hartford this weekend. But yeah, there was a match, and I'll be honest. Like I know Space Kid was not happy with me on Saturday. Gideon Zalalem got another start in this match, and it took him a little while to get going. I did come back and say, yeah, Gideon looked fine. He wasn't great. He was fine. A couple of times in the first half, he overran passes. You could see him have to stop and turn and go back and run the ball down. And United just did not look crisp in this match. And I know if you go look at the FOT mob ratings or whatever, I said the team in our group chat, I said the team across the board is like 6.4. Maples had a
Mm.
great match. Chris Shakes had a great match. But other than that, I mean, realistically, it was like a 6.4 for me. Like no one really had a standout match. Um, but we looked slow.
So
And
just for the listeners, I haven't had a chance to watch the game because I've just been so busy with friends in town and then work. But I gotta say, I did text the group chat to say like, "Hey, how did the game go?" And I thoroughly enjoyed your and Jacob's rundown summary. I feel like I could envision the game.
mhm.
So typical Phoenix diving, right? Ref buying it, team not really connecting well. You talked about Zalalem not doing so hot. I mean, it gave me a good chuckle getting the play by play from you guys in a text.
Yeah, Jake, when I try to provide some sort of fun commentary, I was watching it from home, and yeah, I just and I'll ask this of everyone in the chat as well. There was a quote that came out after the match from Pamadou Ka, head coach of Phoenix Rising, that said it was a playoff atmosphere, had a playoff feel to it. I completely disagree with that. I completely disagree. Like, we did not feel like we were invested in this match at all. So here Zelalem has to turn and run back onto the ball, and there was a couple others here as well. He looked fine, but the team as a whole, it took us the entire first half to really get into it, and we felt better. Like, we felt better in the second half, and here's a chance here. Hursty doesn't get a great touch on it. I think we had all of 2 shots in the first half in this one. I don't remember the stats off the top of my head, but I mean, it just, I don't know. I don't know. And again, it's that conversation where we talk about United coming out flat, and for a potential playoff opponent, a rivalry match. I mean, Christina, can you think of any reason why United just would not be up for this one? Why it would take them so long to work into it?
No. I mean, it's a rivalry match. It's on their own turf. We're playing to clinch. We're playing to secure home field advantage in the playoffs. Like, there's a lot on, on what am I trying to say? Like, there's a lot at stake. And it seemed like we were getting some pretty good momentum going into this match. So I was expecting a continuation of that momentum. So I was kind of surprised to hear you guys saying that that we looked pretty slow, and that I think maybe it was you who had said that there's no way we would get the number 2 spot if they continue to play that the way they played this weekend.
Yeah, and here I talk about Zelalem again. Here, Zelalem with a giveaway that turns into a chance for Phoenix Rising, and of course, Shakes comes up big. Shakes comes up big with the save here. Ball goes out. Phoenix gets it's a corner off of it. But yeah, no, like, I know Jacob thinks that we can get the 2 seed, and I do wish he was here. I don't want to say defend himself, but go back and forth with me on this. Look like a team that's going to get that 2 spot. Yes, we would basically have to win out and get a lot of help no matter what. And I don't see Sacramento losing in league play. Now, I could be wrong. They just lost to Hartford in the Jägermeister Cup the other day. So maybe, but at the same time, like, I don't see it. And Phoenix's pressure in the first half of this was really good. Phoenix pressed incredibly high. There was a moment, I think it was 3 minutes into the match, 8 minutes into the match, where Shakes is basically playing the ball off of his touchline, off the byline there. And Phoenix actually gets a block on it and puts it out for a goal kick. And it felt, again, a tale of 2 halves. Here, Kale gets a decent shot, but low skimming and a good save from Rakowski. But
well, that's improvement if they looked better the second half. Jacob did say that as well. I mean, I've been complaining about them coming out flat after halftime for each game, so maybe that's a win.
Yeah. No, and yeah, we did look better in the second half. I think I even said that, and I've said it here. Like, we did look better, but again, we've got giveaways in the defensive half. We've got too many chances, and I don't think we put anywhere near enough pressure. And I think the big thing here in this one was the difference in the first half. We didn't have enough movement in the first half. We looked stagnant. We weren't moving the ball. We were, some poor touches here and there, and it felt disjointed, and I can't figure out why. They go to Lexington and host Charleston. I mean, they could. I'm not saying it's impossible, but we still have to win out, because as of right now, they can. And we'll look at the standings here in just a minute. Like, we need help, and we basically have to win out still to get that 2 seed. toothless is a good word. I do agree. So Christina, I know that you said that Jacob and I said this was a soft call
Oh,
here.
Jacob did not agree.
Jacob did not agree with that. I mean, you watch it, like, yes, there's a touch, but I don't think it rises to the level. I mean, yes, it's a penalty.
Yeah, it's a penalty.
It's a penalty. Is it the hardest penalty I've ever seen? No.
It's a
But
stupid penalty. That was
it is.
stupid on Phoenix's part.
Yeah. No, I mean, I
And I
felt
love
it.
that for them.
Yeah. I mean, I felt it was a fair challenge, like foul in the box. Yes, it's a penalty. Again, I don't think it's like I think you see that call go the other way. United fans are going to be upset. It's not a penalty. United's gonna and Rising fans are gonna be, oh yeah, it's definitely not a penalty, right? So you're gonna see that either way. But I do think it's definitely not the hardest of fouls, not the hardest of penalties. So I mean, I get it, but obviously, Maples once again stepping up, secures the goal. Decent take, good pace. I'm not terribly happy with the placement on it, but it is, he scored. That's what matters. So I mean,
Mhm.
Rakowski goes the right way. I will say I do wish Talon had done something different, because I know at least that one and the one before it both went to the right. And I want
Yeah.
to say 2 ago went to the right as well. I'd have to go back and watch them to double check that. But uh, you take the win, you take the 3 points. 3 points on the road against a rival, secure the playoff spot. And I know some of their fans are like, "Oh, we're never going to hear the end of it because they secured playoffs here and this, that, and the other." I haven't seen anybody say anything. Maybe we're slowly getting above it all. I don't know. But things clear pin. Did Amon go down easy? Yes, but that was always going to get called. Yeah. See, I don't disagree with that. So, like I said, I think if it doesn't get called, United fans are upset and Phoenix is happy about it. I mean, depending on where you are and the ref's mood and all that, I definitely think that you could have gone either way with it, but they've been getting away all. Yeah, they definitely had. Rising
It
had.
sounded like it.
Yes,
I
and
I think Jacob called it the dark arts, that
yes,
Phoenix was getting away with dark arts.
Phoenix has gotten away with dark arts for years. El
Yeah.
Paso did for years as well. And yes, Sainty should have been off. He absolutely should have been off. They didn't show it in the highlight package, but Sainty had picked up a yellow earlier in the match. In the second half, ball midair, Sainty goes in, high boot. Basically, you can't tell for certain whether it's a boot into the chest. But yeah, he Sainty should have been gone. Yeah, it's not a good look. But it is what it is. And Yane comes back. We'll take a look at this here. We'll start with the West, and then we'll take a look at the East. So as it stands, Tulsa, Sacramento, United are all in. Las Vegas Lights, who picked up a forfeit yesterday, thanks to the league, or this
I
morning,
saw
thanks
that.
to the league. Yeah, due to an administrative error by Las Vegas.
Now they had actually
Still,
lost the match anyways, right?
yeah, they had already
Okay.
lost. It was 3-1. You feel
They just
bad
took away
because
the goal.
they took away the goal, because by league rule it's a 3-0 in the case of a forfeit. The individual who scored, it was his first goal of the season.
Oh,
Yeah, so it got wiped
poor
out.
guy.
Yeah, felt bad for that. But yeah, as it stands, Sacramento can still finish on 56 points. We can finish with a maximum of 55. I'm sorry, not 55. 52. So we have to win out, and Phoenix and Sac would have to drop at least another 4 points in order for us to get that 2 seed. So
Yeah, I was just about to say, Lights making an illegal sub. Imagine that.
mhm.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I mean,
If
you
you know,
look
you
at it.
know.
Yeah, and I'm still proud of the fact that we asked Coach about that in our first interview with
Right.
him. So,
Yeah, that was ballsy.
yeah, I would agree. We took a chance on that and it worked. So, but yeah, you look at Sacramento's schedule going forward and talking about trying to get the 2 seed. Let's scroll all the way down here. Well, so if no, if they can finish on what did I say they can finish on?
I
I'm
think they have 12 possible points, right?
yeah. Yeah, 12. So they can, yeah, so they can finish on 56. Yeah, they would need to drop at least 5. So my math is not mathing. But yeah, if you look at their remaining schedule, obviously they have a couple matches. Miami, I'm not expecting a whole lot there. They've got Hartford this weekend. Now they do have to travel for this one. So who knows? And
So
Hartford
yeah,
is,
they're playing Hartford again.
yeah, they have to play Hartford again.
And Hartford's
Lexington,
already clinched, right?
off the
Or
top of
am
my
I
head, I
making that
don't
up?
think so. We'll pull that up here. No, I think they're
Okay.
like a point away from clinching. So, 3 to 41. Now Hartford needs 2 points to clinch, it looks like. So, and I don't think the place to the playoffs is out yet for this week. But you look at the again Sacramento schedule: Hartford, Lexington, Battery, Miami. I mean, there's a possibility they could drop points in these 3. Miami, I don't see it happening. So again, we
I don't
still
know. Did Miami just win? They have a
maybe,
way of messing things up for some teams,
yeah, they do.
like United.
Yeah, I mean they beat Pittsburgh, but I mean it's Miami and Legion are the only 2 teams already eliminated. So I'm not hanging my hat on Miami.
Mhm.
I think the best chance here will be Battery. I mean, Battery's already in, but I don't see them necessarily resting anybody because again, momentum's a thing.
Yep.
So I mean,
Plus, are they still battling it out for the Shield?
no, no. Um,
No. Yeah.
it's not even close.
No.
Yeah, I think if Lou City gets 1 point, yeah,
So that one win for Miami was the first time in 14 matches, Bolte says.
yeah,
Okay, okay. I won't count on Miami either.
they have not had a good run of late. But yeah, so I mean, there's a possibility here, right? But again, it's also going to depend on us not dropping points as well. So anything we drop is going to be, bad for us in getting that 2 seed. I mean, I think we're still in pretty good position here to secure home field advantage. I believe I think my math the other day was 9 points for home field for at least one home playoff match. Um, so as it stands, I'm going to say another 6. I think if my math, I didn't do the math today in preparation. I do apologize. I think it's 6 more points for us. It secures us home field advantage for at least one match in the playoffs. So, somewhere in there. So we still have something to play for. So I don't expect us to rest. I mean, we saw what Las Vegas did last year, coming in
Mhm.
hot at the end of the year. So I think there's something to be said for the form that we have here: 4 unbeaten, 3 consecutive wins, and our remaining schedule all at home.
Mhm.
And all of these matches are winnable. So
I sure hope the crowd shows up for them.
yes, you've got Orange County this coming Saturday. Again, I know Balloon Fiesta is going on, so I
Mhm.
hope the crowd is there Saturday night. And then you've got the Sunday match against Oakland, and you've got the Friday night finisher. I need to change my personal calendar. I had Oakland on Saturday and Rhode Island on Saturday too. I don't know why, but I mean, all of those are
Well,
winnable.
at least the Sunday match is at 3. So
Yes,
hopefully that means a better turnout than the last one. And hopefully the weather will be better for a Sunday
I
match
would
too.
hope so. I would really hope that we're out of the brunt of monsoon season by the time that rolls around. Because I do not want to be at the lab for another like 9 hours on a Sunday.
Right.
Like, don't get me wrong. Um, but yeah, it's very winnable matches here. Orange County currently below the playoff line. Oakland, obviously, not uh not where they want to be. But again, no one in the West is eliminated. So you get Orange County sitting 2 points back, Oakland 5 points back. But Orange County still has 4 matches to play. So they have a match in hand on us and most everybody else above them. Uh, I don't expect Orange County to sneak in, but if Rising continues the form that they're on, if Colorado Springs does not kick back into gear, of these teams, I think Orange County might be the best bet to jump back in, but I really don't have a whole lot of faith in any of these teams below the playoff line currently to make a move. So looking at what we have left, we mentioned, Rhode Island, Orange County, Oakland. Do you think any of those three, particularly this weekend, do you think any of those three are going to be potential trap games, ones that we're going, we're not thinking about this. We're already thinking ahead to the playoffs.
I don't think they'd be trap games, but I do worry that our squad just, I don't know, we play down to whatever team we're playing against rather
Mhm.
than capitalizing. And so that's what I worry about. I worry about them not ignoring the game or thinking that it's an easy win, but just not coming out cohesive and pushing for the win. I'm going to be nervous for all three matches.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, I will say I'm glad we're not dealing with what we did last year or the past couple of seasons. It's nice to have that playoff spot secured, and all the consternation and frustration over the past couple of months. We were hovering over that panic button. You said you were tapping it at one point. I mean, I've been secure in the belief that Sanchez is going to stay throughout at least the season, no matter what. The members of the Mexico United Nation wanted Sanchez out 2 months ago. Do you think at this point, no matter what happens in the playoffs, that Sanchez will be here for another season?
I do. Um, I like I said, after the Colorado match, it was really nice to see the team, including Sanchez, all smiling and celebrating together, and they just looked more cohesive. Um, so whatever team building or rebuilding has been happening behind the scenes, I feel like that's movement towards him sticking around and getting a full season of building a squad that he wants to build, giving him that opportunity. I see Pete allowing him that opportunity.
Yeah, I can see that as well. He's brought in some guys here mid-season. He had a chance to sign some guys. And, obviously we didn't expect the club to turn over all 23 guys after 2024. So no matter what, there's going to be some level of turnover. I think we do still see a number of guys come back next year, but um, I think that Sanchez will have more of a thumbprint on next year's roster than he did now. And that's not to say that he couldn't have made changes throughout the season. Obviously, he saw something in each of these guys that made him want to keep them and keep running them out there week after week.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I don't see them being like, all right, yeah, one and done.
Yeah, and I mean, the players that he has brought in, um, I've liked those players. So the type of squad that he's looking to build seems promising. Um, but I do feel like I'm bracing myself for a pretty big rebuild.
So Justin brings up a great point, and so do you. Are you concerned that if he rebuilds, we will lose some favorites due to coach/player, I'm assuming interactions, issues, or just overall fit for the club?
I think so. I think that, um, I mean, the rumors started for a reason,
Mhm.
and, we're us fans, um, we notice things, and when the team captain isn't getting minutes and there's rumors of things not clicking in the locker room, it makes you wonder if, those types of players are gonna be looking elsewhere. They've had success with United, and I imagine other clubs have been looking at them, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them parting ways because it's just not a good match
Mhm.
personality-wise.
Yeah, it's a very real concern, and you look at the movement we've already had this season. You look at some of the roster decisions. You look at all the questions surrounding coach and his decisions that he's made, and who's number one, and who's this, and who's that. And I mean, I've said it for I think I said it several weeks ago, is that I think there's a very real possibility that Alex is not with us next year.
Mhm.
He's not exactly a spring chicken. He's not necessarily old, and I would love to see him get his chance to break the record here with us. I don't think it happens. I firmly believe that Shakes is the number one because, and especially now, and again, I've said it for weeks. At this point, unless you pull Shakes entirely for the last 3 matches of the season to get Alex a run going into the playoffs, I don't think you run Shakes out there through the end of the regular season just to start Alex in the playoffs.
No, I think that ship has sailed
I would
very
say so.
clearly. Yeah.
I mean, that was Shakes's fourth clean sheet of the season, fifth clean sheet of the
Now,
season.
do you think that Alex would wanna stay on as,
No,
backup keeper?
no. Um, Alex is good enough. Uh, he could be a starter anywhere else in the league. So yeah, Shakes' fourth clean sheet of the season in league play. Um, I mean, their numbers are comparable. I mean, Alex has 6 clean sheets and 16 appearances. Chris has 4 and 12. Um, Alex 20 goals and 16 appearances. Chris 14 goals and 12 appearances. So the numbers aren't all that dissimilar.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think from a contract standpoint, from a roster and clubhouse standpoint, Alex is not going to want to stay. Yes, Alex would be the team player. He would obviously be a leader in the locker room if he stayed.
Mhm.
But I don't think he does. I really don't. And again, this is pure speculation. This is not us knowing anything. We have zero idea about anything regarding player contracts and statuses regarding the end of the season. Obviously, we're still not there yet. We're not even to the end of the regular season. So we'll probably start hearing things over the next several weeks. And once the playoffs happen, we'll start to get a better idea of some player movement. But also with the impending end of the CBA, it may be a while before we get any sort of roster news this offseason other
Mm.
than player releases. Um, but yeah, according to Andrew Bolte, goal Oakland 1-0 on the 31st. All right. If Alex isn't goal and Shakes is healthy, then there's a concern. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Alex is probably the most high profile one. I do see Dennis having a good relationship with most of the guys, and the players are responding to what he's said. And we talked about last week, that hype video from halftime.
Yeah.
The players responded. So while there may be some friction, again, pure rumor, we don't know. The players are still responding to his message.
Mhm.
So I don't think you see a if there is a section of players leaving, I don't think it's more than a handful because of Dennis, right? I think it's more so you're going to see players leaving due to opportunities somewhere else, or because the club is ready, is like, okay, we're going to move on. Thank you for your time. We're going to move on, and Dennis is going to make roster changes. So, and yeah, Josh has a point here too. Depends on what his priorities are. Alex being a new dad with good gig on the bench, able to spend time at home. I mean, but there's no reason that Alex couldn't put down roots elsewhere. So, I mean, he's certainly proven himself within the USL. I don't see him going to USL League One. I don't see that as possible. He could be a starter on, 24 other. Well, there are only 24 teams on 20 other, USL Championship clubs. So
It's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens with this squad.
yeah, and as things come throughout the offseason, we will keep everyone updated on all of that. But yeah, I mean, the more immediate concern is Orange County this weekend. Saturday match, one of the final 3 home matches of the regular season. We
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest night. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you look at it and you hope the crowd is there. You hope the rowdiness is there. You hope the players are playing at the level where they need to be in order to keep this momentum going. My concern coming into this is, and bless Talon Maples and his right leg and able to find the back of the goal consistently. In my opinion, we need more outfield player goals from our forwards. Like, I think Marlon obviously got a goal against Lexington. Mogel and Dayon both got goals against Colorado. But we haven't seen Hurst score since Detroit City. I think that sounds right. We haven't seen Hurst score since.
Don't even remember. Well, and him and Maples are tied for most goals.
Yeah.
Usually you want to see your forward have more goals than your defenders.
Yeah. No, you absolutely do. And I know Hurst, he's been hurt off and on throughout the season, but and Valentine's been hurt. He came back. He's been getting some minutes in. Hurst, he's getting minutes in. Like, and I know we're gonna be without Zico this weekend. That's something of note too. We're gonna be without Zico, who's on international duty. I don't think we miss Zico for more than this weekend, especially with the next match being on a Sunday. Hursty just hasn't been on the mark. Like
yeah, I agree with my mom.
Christina says, yeah.
I feel like he's been really lacking composure. Like, I don't know. He's skyballing it. He's not getting over the ball. There's been several instances where the ball is just kind of served on a platter, open net practically, and just not finishing it.
Well, we saw in the highlight package, he had a shot. He had a good chance early in this match against Rising, and just couldn't put anything on it. So, and this is where while I appreciate Maples and his ability to score from the mark, maybe there's something to be said for giving Hursty some of those shots. Let him get a goal or two, and let him get a penalty to kind of break whatever spell he's in. I don't know, but and again, they talked about in the broadcast on Saturday how United wants to be in possession and control the ball, and all that, and we certainly do. But they talk about how United wants to try to break people down from these low blocks. We don't break people down in the low blocks. We just don't. We struggle doing that. So, I mean, what do you think it's going to take for us to get Hurst more involved? I mean, yes, he's dropping deep and getting into possession and all that, but he's not necessarily getting a ton of opportunities inside the box or at the edge of the area.
I don't know, maybe he just needs to bag a few just to get that confidence back, to get that composure back. Um, I mean, they've continuously done the ticky-tacky thing to try to work the ball up and get it to him. It's just a matter of finishing it, like, that last final step of finishing it, and he needs to find that composure and that whatever it was that whatever Kool-Aid it was that he was drinking at the beginning of the season. I mean, he was on a tear before he went out on that injury for so long.
Mhm. Yeah, looking at the shots, Hurst only has 21 shots on the season, according to USL Championship, 11 on frame. So, not a terrible conversion rate, but when you look at it, I mean, he's converting almost 24% of his shots. What I have a problem with is that he's scoring one goal every 3 matches. Basically, he's scoring a goal every 275 minutes, which from your striker, that's not a great stat.
Yeah, I worry about the squad's difficulty scoring coupled with the turnovers in our final third. And against a really good team, boy, would we pay for it. I keep saying that. I keep saying against a better team, it would have not been good. Against a better team, it would have not been good. So come playoff time, if they don't score more goals and improve that accuracy with their passing, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, and I don't go, Andrew. I agree. Like, yeah, that and ultimately that's all that really matters. But yeah, again, if your forwards and your midfielders aren't scoring, right? If they're struggling to find opportunities to put threatening shots on frame, they're not going to get. It's going to be that much harder, right? Because again, you don't your defender being the joint top goal scorer. Like I would expect more production.
I'm selfish. I want both. I want our strikers scoring, and I want all of the other players scoring so that it's very unpredictable. I mean, I like that there's so many names on the board with how many goals
Mhm.
for our squad. Uh, but yeah, I want both. Yeah, goals, goals, goals.
Yep, there you go.
What is that chant? We want the smoke.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to see. Like again, it's great that we have so many goals, right? It is. We're not bottom of the league in goals scored. We're
We do
converting our
have a
chances.
positive goal differential, right?
We do. We have a positive goal differential. We have one of the better conversion rates in the league, overall, which is great. But again, it's about creating chances. You put pressure on defenses, you put pressure on defending goalkeepers, and they're going to make mistakes. And I think Orange County is very susceptible to making mistakes and to falling behind and, being put into a position where they're chasing the match instead of being on the front foot.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is that to the tune of Girls? I hear it. Dun, 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 dun. Goals.
Very well could be. Or whatever the Beastie Boys sing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's don't get me wrong. There are lots of positives to take away from the streak that we're on. Right, we're playing with grit. We're we're pulling out these wins, and we've turned around from where we were a month and a half ago. Right, a month and a half
Yep.
ago, even a month ago, we were looking at it going, okay, like we're in 8th place now.
Yeah, it was looking pretty bad.
It was, and a lot of people did not have faith in Sanchez and this team. So, it's, and I think this is a really good opportunity. Again, keep building on the momentum that you have. Right?
Mhm.
We need to be good at the lab. particularly if we're going to have a home playoff match.
Mhm.
We need to continue rebuilding the idea that it's a fortress. And I think some of that luster fell off last season and into this season.
Mhm.
Um, Now we're not terrible at home by any means, right? We're 6-4-2, not terrible. Obviously, you still like to see a few more points at home over these losses. But when you're that good at home and you have a team like Orange County who struggles on the road, um, like Bolte says, they've got a negative 14, not only 9 points for the negative 10 goal differential. I mean, this should be a great opportunity for United. It
Mhm.
should be, and I don't know. Looking at Orange County, I'm not 100% sure. Like, where do their chances come from? Who is leading that team right now? And no one is really standing out. They're not the team that they were from last year. They're not the team that they were from 2 years ago. They haven't put together that late season run like we've seen them do. Could they? Sure, but I don't think that this roster is built for that.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I feel like this squad has really turned it around, uh, particularly since the Colorado match. I feel like they seem similar to what we were seeing at the beginning of the season, where it was. I mean, I remember talking about how I love seeing the team celebrating goals. They just seemed so cohesive and united as a group and just excited for each other, and that sort of kind of went away for a little bit.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's starting to show up again, and, I mean, that's what I as a fan, that's what I wanna see. I wanna see the guys having a really good time. I wanna see them getting results, but, I wanna see them feeling confident. I wanna see positive relationships with the coaching squad. The Overall, that's what makes me happy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I when you're playing well, and it's something the coach has spoken to, we've talked about when you're losing and you're getting draws and you're dropping points, the mindset is going to start going. They're going to start losing confidence and they're going to look as if they're not having fun.
Mhm.
And I still don't think, even with this run of form, and yes, they look better, and yes, they're celebrating and supporting each other and they're responding better. I still don't think that they are 100% confident that they can go out there and do it night after night. And so maybe that plays into these moments where you see them flat or you see them misjudge passes. And yes, passes are going to be missed all the time, but you know, when guys when they're not all on the same page, when there is some discontent, whether it's in the locker room or on the pitch because things aren't going well, the communication isn't there. And we've seen a couple times, passes, behind guys or way, too far ahead of them, or, you see, lack of movement, lack of creativity. I have faith that they can do it.
Mhm.
And I think this is one of those matches. And, I think to me, the biggest concern is Ethan Zubak, of everyone on there. And I think he scored their last 3 goals. But I think 2 of them were penalties. So, yes, he can score. But Orange County is not a high scoring club. They're not a high threat club. They're going to try to capitalize on our mistakes. And if we can limit those, particularly on our half of the pitch, that puts us in a better position to win. Um, but for me, I mean, was Zico out? Who do you see filling in that role this weekend as more of the midfield general, the guy who's going to command that area?
Oof. Did Jabang play in Phoenix?
Um, it's a good question. Yes, I want to say yes.
Okay. That's good because he was out at least the last match, right? I feel
Mhm.
like Vargas he's performed better when he's been a sub as opposed to starting. Um, That's the theme of this season, right? Who knows? Who
Right.
knows what the lineup's going to look like?
Hey, Eric, how are you? Welcome in. No, he was on the bench, did not play.
Okay.
Jabang, yeah. So I knew he was there. I wasn't 100% sure. So no, we subbed in Noel, Among, and Arshamed. So
Okay.
I remember
Yeah, I gotta
seeing him. I
wonder
was like,
what's
I
going
thought
on
he
with
did.
Jabang.
I think he had a bit of a knock, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know for sure, but I think that's what it is. And obviously Kip dealing with the hamstring. That's why we didn't see him. That's not surprising.
And
Uh,
Kaylin's still out.
yep, Kalen's still out. But yeah, so I
And
mean,
Bailey gone.
mhm.
And Sergio is out, right?
Sergio did not play. Yeah,
I mean, it's slim pickings
yeah,
again.
um, yeah. I think so, Justin. I think he picked up a knock in that one as well. Um, so yeah, I mean, Kalen just has not been able to stay healthy this season, unfortunately. Mogel did not. I don't think he didn't even make a trip. I don't think. So I mean, but he's been good so far.
So
He's been
who
good in his
played? Was it
appearances.
Vargas and Bailey?
Yeah, Vargas and Bailey
And then
started.
Noel subbed on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, Bailey played the full 90. So,
I wonder if Noel's getting closer to being able to play a full 90.
oh, more than likely. I mean, I don't know, other than the altitude, hashtag drink. Um,
I mean,
other
now
than
we're gonna
that,
be seeing some teams, cramping and flopping and stretching.
mhm. I mean, I mean, unless if that's the issue for Mogel, I mean, but I mean, he's been healthy as far as I know all season. So, um, no Zalalo on
Yep.
Saturday. Interesting.
Oh, boy. Are they gonna have enough for a full 18?
We should maybe we'll see Kyle Hoffman get some minutes.
Oh,
uh, yeah, I doubt it, but we'll see. Um, anything? I don't know. I've been looking at USL Championships websites at the website all day, trying to see if there's any real news, but
Shakes is
nothing
up
major.
for save of the match.
He is. Yep.
So everybody's got to go vote for Shakes. Did who are we trying to vote in for goal of the week?
It's a good question.
Was it? I don't remember. Somebody who had a banger from outside the box.
Oh, Mogel.
Ah, yes.
No, that was the week
Did he
before.
win? Oh, was it?
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. Did he win? That's the thing. They don't like make a big deal out of announcing the winners, but which you would think they would, but obviously not. Let's see. Goal of the week, week 31. Goal of the week 30. All right, let's see who won.
None of ours won, Bolte says.
How did? Yeah. Let's see this Rebel Yard girl. Rebel Yard goal. Oh, that goal is not better. Good grief.
Yeah, we used to always win.
Yeah.
I guess our fan base just isn't voting anymore.
It's entirely possible, but that's just, yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't have lost that.
Well, I mean, Bailey should have won when he
Yeah,
was up for goal of the week.
he should have, but
So maybe we can at least eke out a save of the week for Shakes, huh?
that'd be nice. I think he deserves it, but yeah, let's go see where the voting's at right now. As it stands, nope. Chris is in third place.
Oh,
Yeah. Chris is in third place. He's only got 12% of the vote. So, yeah, Danny Fondes leading with 40%, followed by Nico Camposano. So, go out, vote. Yeah, if you can.
All right, all 5 of you who are on live, go vote.
Yeah, there you go. We used to have fans running bots. Did we really?
No.
You know what? I would not be surprised. But alrighty. Well, I think we beat around the bush enough. Christina, what's your score prediction for this weekend?
I have the faith. I'm going to be optimistic. I think we're going to see 2-0. Good guys.
Fair enough. I like the call. I'm assuming you're going to put Shakes in goal.
Yeah, for sure. I've given up. I've lost hope that Alex will get to take the lead in that record.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think this, I think this is one again. Keep the momentum going. I don't want to see us come out flat. Orange County is not good. They're really not good. And again, like Bolte said, they're not good on the road. So I'm gonna say breakout performance. I'm gonna go 4-0.
Whoa, with a mystery lineup.
With a mystery lineup. The only certainty is gonna be Shakes.
For real. Yeah.
Yeah. 4-0. I'm gonna say, I'll go even further. How about this? I'm gonna be even more homerish in my prediction. I'm gonna say Daniel Bruce comes onto the pitch.
And gets a red card for
gets
yelling
a
at
hat trick and a red card. No, I think Hursty gets at least a goal on Saturday.
I sure hope so.
Yeah. So I do think 4-0 could potentially happen. Goal for Hursty, goal for Val. So I'm gonna say 4-0. I've predicted multi-goal wins. I've not the first. It's not the first time. They do tend to score a goal away, so Bolte's taken 3-1. Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
So, all right, guys.
And I agree with my mom. They cannot play down at OC's level. They gotta.
Oh, absolutely not.
Play to their plan and perform for the fans who show up, so we can keep getting butts and seats for the next matches.
Yep, absolutely. That's going to be important, especially when the playoffs start in November. So, maybe we can get some earlier matches in November, maybe, but that'll likely fall, tend not to be the case due to TV programming and college football and all that fun stuff. So, but still, playoff matches, would love to see butts and seats. I would love to see, 10,000 on a Saturday, November night for playoffs. That would be great.
Yes, please.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's going to do it for all of us here, for Christina, for Jacob, for myself. Thank you guys so much for being here. Mama Christina, Bolte, Josh, Justin, Eric, Mute. Yep, Mute. I think that's everybody.
Oh, and was it? Oh, yeah, you said Eric.
Yeah, Eric was there as well. Yeah, no lightning as well. And I'm also going to say again, shout out to Shadow Wolf for the Alex, for the Alex Tabaki's note. Thank you guys for that. But yeah, appreciate you guys all being here. So yeah, there's our predictions for this week. We'll get Jacob's out on social media so you guys can get his prediction as well. And hopefully next Tuesday night, we'll be back here talking about another 3 points for New Mexico United as they try to chase down and secure a home playoff match and potentially the number 2 seed. So that'll be next Tuesday, 8:00 Mountain Time here on YouTube and on Facebook. Podcast feeds later in the week. Be sure to follow along with everything New Mexico United throughout the week. And until next time, guys, somos unidos.